guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is going to be part 3 of this video series. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope y'all have enjoyed these videos so far. I have enjoyed making them for sure. This is obviously one of my favorite topics to talk about. So anyways, this one is probably going to be the harder one to talk about, I guess you could say, and just the more not as exciting part, but it's a real thing. So I'm going to be real and raw with y'all and tell y'all my experience and just hopefully help y'all to not go through what I went through and to help myself to not do it again. So anyways, so this is going to be the video about post-show. So after you've done your show, after you don't have that, date in mind, that goal in mind, what keeps you for like sticking to the plan and making you stay with your diet and just everything. So I'm going to talk about my reverse diet. So first off, a reverse diet, whenever I go to tell my family and friends what I'm doing, is so hard to explain. So I did my best to tell y'all, and hopefully y'all understand. So after you've done all this work for your show, you've done all this cardio, your calories are really low because you're having to lose all this body fat. After you do your show, if you go right back to eating just whatever you want, not tracking anything, not doing cardio, not working out like you were, your body's just gonna blow up because it's getting all these extra calories and it's not expending as many calories as it was before because you're not doing that cardio, so you're not burning all these calories and you're just eating all this extra. So your body's just gonna store it as fat. It's gonna use some of it for energy, for whatever you are doing, but it's just gonna store the rest of it, just like when we overeat, on a normal basis. So that's why reverse diet is so important, because you have to reverse out of what you were doing before so your body doesn't just freak out and blow up from all this extra food. So you have to slowly decrease your cardio and slowly increase your calories at the same time, and then your body will kind of regulate itself, and your metabolism, you repair it, because you honestly kind of damage it to a degree with your show. And some people damage it more than others, just depending on how they prep for their show and how extreme they go. So your body, you have to give it time to rebalance. The same thing with your hormones and just enzymes in your body. Everything has to get back to normal or maintenance level. And this takes time. Some people do it, do a quicker reverse. Some people do it for a long time. But after obviously you've done this show, you're so ready to eat all this food. It's hard. It's hard to do a really slow one like some people do, and so you just end up binging. You just end up binging at night, eating whatever you want, and then just feeling like crap the next day, and go do all this cardio, and it's just a cycle. It's a mess. So you have to reverse diet really properly, and that is one thing I'm definitely next time I'm gonna do a lot better. I've learned what happens when you don't do it, and I've seen what happens when you don't do it, so I'm going to do better next time. And hopefully this will kind of, encourage y'all to stick with it and not just, lose your mind and go off the deep end. Anyway, so first thing, so my first day post-show, my coach, my darn note fell, hang on. Oh, she gave me 4 untracked meals that day. So I could eat whatever I wanted, but to stop when I was full, to only eat till I was full, and then make sure I drank my water. 1.5 gallons or so, to help mediate all that sodium I was eating and just all that food. So I could eat 4 untracked meals, so I could eat whatever I wanted. I got some candy from the convenience store. I got some chips. I ate a dessert at a restaurant. I can't remember what else. But I did about 4 untracked meals. I did, basically what she told me to do. So I did that one day at post-show, and then starting that Monday, so 2 days later, I was back on the grind. I was back tracking macros again, lifting in the gym and doing cardio. So back just like where I was before my show. And so my macros, she did adjust them first off, increase them a little bit, just the first day back. But so I was back on the grind that week. Trying to think. But after a couple weeks, and then of course I competed right before the holidays, and the holidays came, and so you have all this food everywhere. And the main thing I craved, like in my prep and stuff, was like cookies. It was sweet stuff. It was like cookies, brownies, like desserts mainly. I didn't really, and I actually like, because I used to drink, you know, sweet tea or Coke or something. Coke's my favorite, like, soda, I guess, if I had to choose one. But I didn't even miss that much. Like, I still drank my Diet Cokes, or, you know, if I wanted to drink a soda. And, like, I didn't really miss sweet tea and stuff like that. It was just desserts was the main thing. I could make myself sick off of eating desserts. And I did learn during prep that I had like an addiction to nut butter. So like peanut butter, almond butter, stuff like that. I can't control myself. So, and like eating one serving of it, and just like in my meal prep video I showed y'all the other day, you know, like 1 tablespoon of nut butter is not like a heaping, like just this mound of, you know, peanut butter on the spoon. It's like a leveled off 1 spoon. And that's just not enough, you know. As I've, you know, mentioned before. So I have this major addiction, so that was something that I kind of went overboard on post-show too, is just sitting there with a jar and eating all the nut butter. You know, whatever. But I had gotten to the point where I was just tired of tracking macros. I was tired of having to put everything in my FitnessPal and just like weigh everything out, weigh my food out all the time, and just prep everything. I was so tired of it. Like, it had gotten to me really bad just with prepping. And so I was really tired of that, and so I tried to do it, you know, all the time, and I just kept failing. And so I kept reversing out of cardio, but my weight kept going up. I just kept gaining weight. I had to keep taking progress pictures, and I just kept getting disappointed and just comparing them, you know, to my show day or 1 week out and stuff. And I was just, you know, kept getting like almost depressed feeling, like not, you know, diagnosed or nothing, but just sad. Like, it was just so sad that I'd like let all this go to waste, you know, like all this hard work I did, I just lost it in like, you know, a couple months. It was just like, it was just gone. Like, it was so bad. And like, I could feel my pants start feeling tighter, and just little stuff like that you could just notice. And it was just like, it was just so bad. I know, like, I mean, since then, like, obviously it's June now, so it's been, you know, a good 8 months since my show. And just with eating all this food, I know I've gained muscle, you know, some muscle too. I've not just gained all fat, but I mean, I know I've gained fat too. Like, some of my pants, you know, don't fit near as well as they did before my show and all that kind of stuff. My confidence level just kind of went down, and I just could not get a handle on it. Like, I would eat to the point I was sick. Like, I'd be way past full, and it was just ridiculous, and nobody understood what I was going through. And I still, like, it's still hard to like understand, because like I would even think about like people that smoke or do drugs or, you know, alcohol, whatever, and I've never struggled with that kind of stuff. So I've just been like, you know, why can't you just stop, you know? Well, apparently food is kind of my thing. If I, you know, get to that point, you just can't stop. Like, I went so long without having this stuff, I felt deprived to a degree. And I just felt like the food was going to like go away, so I had to eat it all, like, as if it wasn't going to be there forever. It's just like, it's so hard to understand. And I would just get sick, like my stomach would hurt from eating so much, and I felt bad, like, because Rex is right there, and so I felt like this just like pig, you know, eating all this food, and he's over there, you know, eating his normal whatever, and I'm eating like double what he's eating, and I'm just like, what is wrong with me? You know, like, something is wrong. And I could not get a handle on, like, I don't know, it was so hard to understand. And I had got to the point with my working out that I didn't enjoy. Like, I've always loved fitness, always loved exercising and just being active in sports and everything. And that just wasn't fun anymore. It felt like an obligation. Like, it felt like I just had to go to the gym and get workout in. Like, it just felt like an obligation and just a job. Like, it just wasn't something I enjoyed doing. And I was doing the same workout splits kind of thing, and it was just getting old. Like, I just couldn't do it. And so I had kind of got to the point where I was trying to focus on training for my enjoyment and do exercises that I loved, but then still obviously challenged me too, and still tried to lift heavy all the time. And I still love lifting heavy and stuff, and I definitely grew. Like, my glutes and my hams grew, and my shoulders. I definitely know I've gained muscle during this time as well from eating all this food, but I know I've gained, you know, an excessive amount of fat too that I should not have. And if I'll think about it, I'm probably going to insert some pictures in here too, just so y'all can see if I feel confident enough to do it. It's still kind of hard for me to look at sometimes, just because I'm like, how did I do this to myself? Like, how did I let myself go so bad? It's just so hard to understand, and like that's why I want to do it again. Like, I want to compete again and just see, you know, prove to myself that I can do it right and do it better post-show. Like, the post-show reverse diet period is way harder than prep. And like, that's kind of hard to understand, but you don't have that goal, like that specific goal in mind, like that, you know, that show date, September 28th. I kept thinking about, I'm 9 weeks out, 8 weeks out. And you just kept thinking about that date, or like you have a competition, or you have a wedding, or just whatever, you know, that you're working for, working towards. Like, if you don't have that tangible thing that you know you're gonna reach eventually, then you're just like, what's the point? Like, you know. And my coach would tell me, she's like, well, you do have this goal. Like, you think about your next show and think about how much in a better position you'll be if you stay closer to your stage weight. And then, you know, whenever you go to prep, you won't have near as much to lose. And this night, she kept telling me that, and I totally understood. I got what she was saying, but I'm like, I don't know when that's going to be. You know, like, I don't know how long that's going to be until that happens. And then this year happened, of course, and, you know, all the shows got canceled or moved back and everything, which I wasn't planning on competing this year either. At first I was, but just for money and just other life, you know, life things you want to achieve and stuff, you want to put your focus in other areas too. And so that's what, you know, I had decided to do, like with me and Rex, and try to move on with our life and stuff. And so I was like, you know, that's a long way away. Like, I don't know when that's going to be, you know. And so it's just so hard to keep that in mind whenever you go by the Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard, or, you know, buy that candy bar or whatever. And I was never that person that bought stuff from convenience stores, like that bought snacks or candy bars and stuff. And it's just like, after my show, I became that person. It's just like, every time we went in to get a drink, I would look at the candy and just, like, you know, pick out something, like. And I was never that person. Like, I've always been one to eat healthy, you know. And that's just something I felt so deprived of. I just had to have it. And, like, I wanted a dessert all the time. And just sweet stuff every night. Like, it's just, and it was the sweets. Like, that's the only thing that really phases me. I mean, yeah, I'll eat, you know, fries or whatever, fried chicken. But that's not something I, like, go out of my way to get or, like, crave or anything. It's just the sweets. So, but that is something I know I've heard. If you eat sugar, you're going to crave sugar. So the more reason to avoid it altogether, so you don't, you know, have those cravings. But I hope y'all enjoyed this talk. Like I said, it's been kind of a challenge to, like, admit this to myself to a degree. Like, you know, you need help. Like, you can't do this all on your own. And I would pray about it, but I would talk to God. I'm like, Lord, please help me to stick with my diet. Please help me to just not eat, you know, go this long without sweets. Please help me to do this. And I would pray about it because I was struggling so bad, and I would just feel so bad about myself. And Rex is amazing as far as, like, telling me, you know, that I still, you know, he's still just attracted to me as he's always been. I still am just as beautiful and all this and that, and no matter what, you know, if I'm bigger or smaller or whatever. So he is just, he's my heart, he's my love. And I have some of the best friends and family too that tell me that stuff too. So I definitely have a great support system with that. But post-show was definitely something I was not prepared for. I had been told about it, you know, but it was way harder than I expected. I mean, I ask my coach, because I was still lifting 6 days a week when I was working with her, and I was like, is there ever going to be a point where I just live 5 days a week? I was like, do I have to work out on Saturday? Like, and I work at my gym that I go to, so, like, on the weekends, I don't want to go there. Like, I'm tired of being there all week long, so I don't want to go, you know. And she was like, I mean, not really. I mean, you always live 6 days a week or whatever. And I was just like, I just said, I had gotten really burnt out to a degree, and I didn't know how to fix it, or I didn't want to disappoint her. And I just, like, felt, I'm like, Bethany, how can you be so disciplined for 22 weeks and then it's just like, that's just gone? Like, you know, there's none left. Like, you used all of it. So it was such a challenge to have to deal with. But improvement. We're going to make improvement. We're going to work harder, and I'm really excited for YouTube whenever I get to do my next show, because that prep series is going to be fire. It's going to be awesome. And I'll have y'all obviously have this to keep me more accountable even more. So really excited, and just to carry on a show day vlog and stuff is just going to be incredible. But I hope y'all enjoyed this kind of mini series kind of thing. If y'all have any video ideas, feel free to let me know. Any like series like this you want me to do, if you want me to do cutting series, a bulking series, different things like that, and obviously different topics you want me to cover. If you'll have any more questions, let me know. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate y'all's support so much. I love you so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Mwah.